I like to hear, the different sides from other people that do the same thing because it's interesting. So now, we actually load our trucks right next to each other. Some days, most days. I don't label my stuff. Do you label your stacks, or did you ever when you first started?
Well, when I first started, when we did New Haven school systems, we kind of did.
Right. There's so many and they all look similar.
Yeah,
And I get it.
Yeah, because it was like 43 schools in New Haven.
Wow.
Yeah, so we would take a truckload out and drive down, probably start around like 5 in the morning.
Right.
And be done by like 2:33. So yeah, 40 schools. So that would be the biggest thing. But I kind of like to go in the stores and take a look.
Right.
I think that helped keep your stale down too, because you can order for, say, like Geisler's, they came and did a restructure in it. So we lost a lot of space. So imagine you presetting that order and then you go to take it and you lost that space. Right. And maybe a store down the road could have used the product.
Right.
So I like to go in and once again take 5 minutes, check everything out, then go to the truck and move accordingly.
I got you. And I find a lot of guys do that, and they pick as they go. And they kind of, once you do it long enough, I think if you pick as you go, your stores.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the end of the route that day, you should know what you have left. And if you get somewhere and you're kind of short, you're going to have enough for the store. And then tomorrow you could probably go touch it up if you need to, or the next day. The other thing was, I asked you that because I was guilty of doing that, presetting, getting to the store and having nowhere to put the stuff because it might have been a bad weekend or the last 2 days, like today, were off. So, you know what I mean? It's not that busy. And I'm walking in and I'm like, now I'm doing a loop going back to another store to sell it again. I don't like to keep a lot of product on the truck. I know some guys do. I don't like the end of the day having stuff on the truck because you lose a day. You know what I mean? So sometimes it happens, but for the most part, I like to get off the product as much as I can.
That's Matt. Matt taught me that, like, nothing on the truck at the end of the week.
Definitely the end of the week.
Everything off of the truck, everything sold. So that's like, once again, the ordering that we do is just enough to put in the stores.
Right.
Like, even if we have back stock and Stop and Shop, by the time you put it up, it's no stock.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like, I agree. Because like you said, if you're looking for the money, then I've learned, because I've made a lot of mistakes in the past doing things like that, not selling things, and then when you come back, you see it,
Yeah.
He always taught me that, if you lose $40, you got to turn around and sell almost double and
to get
triple
that back,
just to get the 40 back.
Got you.
So, you try not to miss anything, man. You know what I mean?
It adds up, and a lot of times people think, or other vendors, 1 or 2 pieces. But if you do 1 or 2 pieces 10 times, you at 20, and it's $4 loaf.
Yes, yeah.
It starts adding up.
Adding up, most definitely.
I definitely get it. I like to think that we pay more attention to it now that we know how to do it. And I'm guilty again. When I first started, I didn't really understand the magnitude of a few pieces here, a few pieces there, until I start seeing that stale, seeing that shrink. And as far as going back to what you were saying at the end of the week, on Saturday, to have that truck cleaned out when I communicate, because every time I talk, when I didn't do it that Monday or Tuesday, hey, man, I got an email this morning.
I'll get there.
I got an email this morning. Hey, man, it was $300 worth of stuff. What?
Yep.
And that was me forgetting to communicate sometimes.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or, I remember when I first started, I would get to a stop too late and I couldn't do it. Or I was out there till 3:30, 4 o'clock. I'll do it tomorrow. You know what I mean? And the carryover, I didn't really understand it. So now I do,
Yeah.
So with us, with the institutions, is good because I could sell it to them today.
Yeah.
Bring it in the morning.
Yeah.
It's still their bread. Yeah. And if I bring it later in the day, sometimes I sell it to them and put it in my car and bring it to them. It just is sold in the handheld. It's out of my inventory, and then I'll deliver it in my truck, my other truck. So I do that all the time. You know what I mean? So even though I'm not in the box truck, it's still gonna get delivered.
It's delivered. As long as it's there, that's what they say.
You see me hopping out that door.
I see.
Laying the seats down every once in a while.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, man. The hustle is the hustle, man. So, you know, we figure it out and do it how we gotta do it. So we understand you've been doing the bread for about 11, 12 years. And right now, well, a couple more we're working with your dad. So we understand that you know how to do the bread. Yeah. What's life for Carl like outside of the depot? What do you do for fun? What's your release? What's your thing you do?
Music.
Okay.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't know, it's something about it, man. So it's like I always tell people, it's the only way I could get my anger out without going to jail. You go.
It's that release.
Drums. Yeah.
So you play the drums.
Yeah.
Okay. How long you been playing music?
Ever since I was like 5, I've been into it.
Did you just start learning on, or did you take lessons, or did someone taught you at home, or?
It was both. Started more so in church, watching a lot of guys in church. Some of them played for professional groups, like the Mighty Clouds of Joy. Shirley Caesar, who was actually from my church.
Okay.
I watched, she was there before, but I watched them, and then I started taking band.
Okay, once you was in school.
Yeah, once I was in school, I learned band. And then from there, it was just more so taking everything I've learned and just listening. And from there, it just kind of, blossomed.
Okay, kind of came together.
Yeah.
But the church was the avenue.
Most definitely.
So God did.
Yeah, most definitely. Respect to that, most definitely.
Hey, man, I'm going to just say you just using God's gift.
Yeah.
Good for you. I'm happy to hear it. I asked you because, again, I know, but I just want to let the people know that outside of doing bread, a lot of us have a lot of other talents and special gifts that we use outside of the aisle and outside of the store. So you do play in a band.
Yes.
You want to plug your band? What's the name of it?
Actually, we don't even have one. We call ourselves the band.
Y'all just the band.
Yeah.
I think that name is taken by Diddy and his boys.
Yeah. We started out with the overseer of the church. He called us Deuteronomy 28, which was one of his favorite scriptures.
Okay.
But we kind of we took to it for a little bit, but we was bigger than that.
Good for you, man. Yeah. So, ain't nothing wrong with that. So y'all still working on the name?
Yeah.
Okay, but y'all, how many of y'all in the band?
It's 3 of us.
3 of y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, so you play the drums.
Yeah.
Is it a guitar?
Yeah, my bass player John.
Okay.
And John Hunt, and then my keyboard player is a good friend of mine, like my brother. Well, here's my brother. His name is Terrence Brown.
Okay, so and y'all all do vocals?
No, well, my boy Terrence can sing. But we play, but we have singers that
right.
come,
okay, so y'all play behind some vocalists.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. Yeah. Okay. So do y'all have like a circuit y'all go on? Do y'all do like, bars or venues or you know what I mean? So okay.
So mostly churches, but we had opportunity to play at bars, but nobody really wanted to take it. I think more so they was just more into the church atmosphere.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You gotta play where your heart takes you.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's good, man. Yeah. So I would like to I told you before, I would like to get out there and see you in action, see y'all playing. I'm definitely gonna get some footage.
Oh yeah.
And we'll put it together. I got some footage of you already in the depot from loading your truck, but I want to get some of that good footage of y'all playing and producing some of y'all music. With the music, I know I hear you talking to a couple other guys in the depot that do music as well. So that's how I know you do it, which is good, man. It's good to have a commonality with some people.
Yeah.
It's like 2 or 3 other people outside of you that do music in the depot, and that's dope. You know what I mean?
I actually played with Vinny. Actually went to Vinny's house, me and my brother.
Okay.
And we played there, and I had some footage of that. It was pretty cool, He,
okay.
He played the bongos. I had played the drums, and 2 of his band members was there, and my brother. So we had a good time, man.
Little jamming session.
Yeah. Played a little Bob Marley, a little bit of everything. So we had some fun.
Man, you can share that footage with me, man. I'm gonna put it in the video. We're gonna definitely blend that in, man.
Okay.
That's amazing. I'm glad you said something.
Yeah.
That's dope. So I also know, like myself, you got a little bit of hustle in you. So I remember we were talking before. about the pallet thing. So, you know, your people still doing that down the way, or?
Yep, we still doing that. Still buying pallets and selling them wholesale. And we're also in the process of starting a gated community. So
Really?
yeah, down in my hometown, it's opportunity for people. You know, we starting to believe morale is like one of the biggest things people miss.
Yeah.
You know, so
I was having a conversation earlier with somebody about that, about us coming together to help us. If we unify and unite in certain ways, we could go a long way and do a lot of things.
Yeah,
You know, so it's good to hear that y'all doing that. Is it family, friends, or people you grew up with?
It's family. My mom owns land, and she's been trying to get them to open a grocery store in the area, and they don't want to do it because the area that it's in. So with that being said, we gave it an opportunity. So now we're gonna take matters in our own hands. You know, they're buying homes out from under people and bringing $200,000 homes in. People can't really afford that, you know. So we kind of giving them the same concept, except for the fact they'll be able to afford it. There'll be programs put in to help them buy it down the line. So it's a pretty big project, but once again, you got to give back, you know.
I feel you. So I'm glad you say that. We're going to take a pause right here, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about ownership and setting up for the future.
Okay.
So I know you're enjoying the Real Bread Life episode, but I just wanted to give you some information. You're probably asking, where do I go to find a bread route? How much is a bread route? How much will I make if I get a bread route? Who can help me to find a bread route? I can help you to find a bread route. And if I can't help you to find one, I know somebody who can. But if you really want to find a bread route and find out more about how to work a bread route, what a bread route can do for you, or if you're good for this bread route business, follow us on Instagram at Real Bread Life. Connect with us at realbreadlife.com or connect with us on Facebook at Real Bread Life with 2 E's. That's Real Bread Life with 2 E's. That's all I got for now. Stay blessed. Keep stacking. Now let's get back to the episode. Yes. Okay, so we back. So we were talking about down south and the property and ownership and things like that. That was going to be one of the areas I was going to go into. Do you see yourself doing bread for much longer, or is it a good avenue for you to keep stacking and building to set up for the future?
I think, I told Matt I'm going to stick out with him long as he's working. Once he sell it, I'm gone. So I had already talked to him about it and told him that once he sell it, I'm going to head out in a different direction.
You don't want to try and buy it?
Nah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking to move back south anyway eventually because my mom needs help.
Okay.
So for me, I'm just trying to make it easier. So when that time comes, it's less work I have to put into it, you know, trying to sell the route and, doing all that. And so, you know, that was just one of the biggest things. I mean, it was a big decision. I've been fighting with it for a while, but, you know, I realized it was just when the opportunity came and they asked me to spearhead the project, it was just easier for me to realize all my kids is gone. So, it's just my baby girl, my little girl. She's 8. So that's all it is, you know. So it's easier to make that move now, you know.
Got you.
Stay blessed and keep stacking.